I swear to God, I know this song. If you don't have something about a t-shirt, like, is it really a country song? That's country. All right. I'm stronger than the woman, the one that you knew back then. Okay, this is definitely Better Than You Left Me. It was my very first song that I wrote when I moved to Nashville. Better Than You Left Me actually changed my life. It was the very first song that went to country radio. It was the #1 added song by a debut country act in country music history. I wrote the song about an asshole ex-boyfriend that I was so devastated over this guy, but he does not matter anymore. And after pounding the pavement in Nashville, it went from being about an ex-boyfriend to be about me finding myself again as an artist and as a person. And this song changed my life. I love this song so much. If you think we live in the land of the free, you should try to be black like me. This is my song, Black Like Me.
If you think we live in the land of the free, you should try to be black like me.
I wrote Black Like Me in 2018. I was in a bar with my husband in 2018. We were sitting there and I remember I'd been pounding the pavement in Nashville trying to figure out why country music wasn't working for me. And I remember asking him, I said, why do you think it's not working out? And he said, because you're running away from everything that makes you different. And you're running away from your blackness. And he said, you know, country music is 3 chords in the truth. So why aren't you writing country music from your perspective as a black woman in America? And so it was such a prolific thing that he said to me. So I started, you know, running through every experience of my life and what I've gone through. And, you know, I studied Black history in college. And one of the books that I read in Black history in college was a book called Black Like Me. I grew up in Crawford, Texas, and my brothers and my sisters, we were playing out in our yard in an all-white neighborhood. I'll never forget this school bus driving by the school that we were supposed to attend, that we didn't attend because their selling point was that they didn't have any black kids that attended there. So we had to go to a private school that my mom was a teacher's aide at so that we could all attend there because we couldn't afford to go there. But my brother and my sisters were playing out in the yard and a school bus drove by and the little white kids were with their heads out the windows of the school bus yelling the N-word at us while we were playing in our schoolyard. So when I said, if you think we live in the land of the free, you should try to be black like me. And that's me. I opened up for a pretty major country artist and you know, I did have to sing in front of some Confederate flags. I was also called the N-word at one of my shows. I was doing an after show signing. A guy walked by and said, everybody's waiting for the N-word. That was probably, what, 2016? Yeah. And if that's happening to me, imagine that happening to every person of color, every black person in America. I guarantee that it's happened to somebody. So that's what Black Like Me is about. This song. Take all my money and all of my time, all of my favorite songs that I write. This is definitely my song. Oh, what are the words? I did this with Kane Brown. Oh my God, why am I blanking on my own damn songs? My Kane Brown song, Nothing Compares to You. This song was written by Jordan Schmidt, Tyler Hubbard, and BB Rexa. I did not write this song. It's actually really hard to sing somebody else's song that they've written for you because you have to really learn to make it your own.
Take my money and all of my time, all of my favorite songs that I write.
I got to sing this with Kane Brown. It's one of my favorite songs that I've been a part of. This is a love song. I think of my husband when I sing it. When I approach writing my own songs, first of all, as far as writing it, I write 3 songs a week, and I usually, you know, life is a song. And so usually you have to kind of like, you know, live life to, you know, to be able to write songs. And usually, you know, I watch a lot of Real Housewives and, you know, just life. And a lot of times I'll hear a phrase and that's where I can kind of get my ideas from. And if I hear a phrase and I think of like the concept, and then when I hear the concept, then I think of what the song sounds like. And from there, I like get with my producer and my songwriter friends, and then we write the song. And that's kind of how my songwriting goes. Okay, There's something about the way that you look in that t-shirt. This is definitely Something About You that I wrote with Tyler Hubbard as well. Oh, and David Garcia.
Something about the way that you look in that t-shirt.
I love this song. You know, a country song, if you don't have something about a t-shirt, like, is it really a country song? No, it is not. You know, I love a love song, and I love my husband so much. And do I wear his t-shirts? No, but he's really skinny. I probably can't really wear his t-shirts, but a good country song is a feeling. And I love Southern movies, like especially old, 90s Southern movies, especially Southern movies like Hope Floats. That was definitely one of my favorite movies, especially the last scene with Harry Connick Jr. and Sandra Bullock, where she's like at the photo booth center and like her photo's messed up and she has that one photo left and she looks it up and he's standing there with his hand in his pocket and there's the drop top car and she walks out there and he picks her up and puts her in the drop top and her hair billows over on the side and they ride off in the sunset. This is what that song makes me feel like. That's country. Okay. When did you lose that girl with no fear? Oh, she never left. Take a good look. She's right in the mirror. This is Remember Her Name.
Where did you lose the girl with no fear? Oh, she never left. Take a good look. She's right in the mirror.
Remember Her Name, I was actually inspired by Breonna Taylor back in 2020. I remember on Twitter, I would see hashtag Remember Her Name, say his name. And so I remember, I just kept saying like, remember her name. So when I started writing the song, we were thinking of that. That's what we were thinking about. But as we were writing it, it started being about myself and me losing myself and me remembering the fire that was within me. You know, as we grow up, we all have dreams and aspirations. And, you know, life can kick you in the ass. And we can lose sight of our dreams. And you have to remember that that little girl is still within you, that fire is still within you. And don't ever lose sight of that. Like, remember her, look within you, she's still there. So that's Remember Her Name. I swear it feels like all we've got is problems, and there's so many I'm losing count. This is definitely Heaven Down Here.
I swear it feels like all we got is problems, and there's so many I'm losing count.
I wrote Heaven Down Here in 2020 as well, the day that we all saw that horrific video of George Floyd. And I was just devastated, and I had a writing session on Zoom. And I remember I got on Zoom and I was just sobbing my eyes out. We all were just like, we could all use a little more heaven down here. And we wrote the song that day. It absolutely still feels like we still could use a little more heaven down here, a lot more heaven down here. I'm like, Lord, where is heaven coming? Because it is some wild times out there right now. It feels like, I don't know, I question a lot of things. You know, there's a lot of people that have a lot of crosses in their bios that ain't acting too heavenly. I'm just saying. Okay, I'll be your hope. I'll be your lifeline. I'll never stop fighting. Okay, I know this one. This is the movie I did with Chrissy Metz. It's the soundtrack from Chrissy Metz. Oh my God, okay. Oh my God, what is this? Okay. This song, oh my, I swear to God I know this song. Okay, I'll never stop fighting. Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on, yes, hold on.
I'll be your home, I'll be your lifeline.
Okay, I wrote Hold On at a time where I was really having a hard time, and I got the opportunity to be a part of this soundtrack. I didn't know what the movie was about or anything. This was Devon Franklin produced this film called The Breakthrough. It was on the Breakthrough soundtrack. Yes, the Breakthrough soundtrack with Chrissy Metz, who is amazing, by the way. Like, she is like salt of God's green earth. I didn't know the concept of the film. I just knew there was a kid that dies and comes back to life, and I didn't know anything about it. And so I was writing with my beautiful, amazing, all-female songwriter girls, and we were having a night songwriting session, and I got all these blue colored pencils, and I just started coloring in shades of blue, and I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. We wrote this song that they ended up using in the soundtrack. And we ended up singing at the ACMs with Chrissy Metz, and we were all wearing shades of blue. And Hold On became part of this breakthrough soundtrack, and it was a whole thing. And this song was Hold On. If I get dramatic and panic, can you look past it? If I'm just a fraction of me. This is House on Fire. House on Fire.
If I get dramatic and panic, can you look past it? If I'm just a fraction of me.
I wrote this with Jenna Andrews and Stephen Kirk. They wrote Butter by BTS. They're they're just a couple of okay hit songwriters or whatever. This song is about mental health, House on Fire. It's easy to love someone when things are good, but the true test is, can you love someone when things are bad? When you're not okay, can you love someone through it? And if you can love someone through the bad, that is the true testament of love, and that's what this song is about. And we wrote this for Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just think it's such a special song. I'll be your hell yeah when all you ever heard was no. So this is one of my favorite songs. It's Sister.
I'll be your hell yeah when all you ever heard was no.
I love women. I would not be here, obviously, without a woman. But my husband was adopted, and he has showed me that sometimes your chosen family is your actual family. And he has taught me to treat my chosen family like my family. And so a lot of times when I meet people, I call them, hey sis, how are you doing, sis? And especially in this industry, in the country music industry, as hard as it is, a lot of times we're hearing a lot more no's than yes. And I'm basically saying, yeah, girl, I'll say hell yeah to you when they're saying no. Like, I'll be that person that's gonna lift you up when everybody else is saying no, that you're not good enough, because you are more than good enough. And a lot of times this industry is gaslighting you, and I know a lot of people hate that word, but it is very much so happening to so much of us out here. And I just want to be that light and that person that's going to get you through, because a lot of times, like, it is your girls that get you through these hard times. So we'll be that for each other.